Hello, hello, and welcome to a special Sounds of the Salisbury podcast. Ellen was pointing something out to me.
We haven't done one for ages. I've completely
We've
forgotten
forgotten.
how we do it.
Haven't even done the intro properly or anything. It's terrible.
Nope.
So yes, we have a special podcast today because we are highlighting one act in particular who are doing something very, very important in the next week or so, and that is the brilliant
Signature Vision.
Signature Vision.
You need to cue me in.
Oh, I need to do the cue. I need to do the ribble.
You do the ribble.
Do the ribble. Okay. So we are going to talk to Signature Vision about everything that they are doing right now. So let's bring them in. And brilliant. This is great. I get to like unveil them one by one. Dan!
Hello. I think Dan should do a drum roll for the rest of them. He's got the drums in the background there.
And then we've got Cam.
Hi guys.
Hello, Cam. How you doing?
All good over here. Yourself?
Awesome. Very well, thank you. Then we've got James.
Hello. You okay?
Yeah, we're very good, mate. And finally, Alfie.
Hello, you okay?
We're good. Welcome, guys, one and all. Cam, especially welcome to you, as this is your first foray onto the Sounds of Salisbury podcast. So it's wonderful to have you here. The other guys, we actually spoke to you guys. Oh, Ellen gave it to me and I've written it down.
January 2021.
January 2021. Well done. Season 2, episode 2.
Is it that long ago?
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it was just when you released your first single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You literally came on because you were just releasing Out to Sea, your debut single.
Wow, how time flies.
That's crazy. How do you think you've changed between then and now?
I've aged.
No comment over here.
No, you're not saying a word.
It's been good. It's been good to see it kind of especially the live shows, because I think the live shows is where you see it. We've kind of I don't know, grown an audience, if you will. Obviously, it's not a massive one yet, but you can see it kind of grow from then until now, anyway. And even in the studio, I think we've just got better musicians just from doing it for however long it's been.
And how has? Sorry, go on.
Sorry, I suppose the obvious change is the addition of Cam since Out to Sea.
I was going to say, how has the addition of Cam sort of it improved you? You're saying you've improved, so how has that helped?
Well, I mean, personally, it's made us adapt. Not just, well, for me personally, songwriting, but I think playing live, it's just given it a whole new dimension. It's given an extra guitar part, which in my head means you can do so much more with the song, and he'll tell you himself. It just gives every song just a new kind of lease of life, almost.
Well, yeah, I'd agree. Sorry.
I was going to say sorry. How have you adapted to being in the band?
Yeah, well, I've actually been following the boys for quite a while. Played football with them when I was younger, and always been a bit envious of them when they did start the band, but didn't get the call up, unfortunately, to begin with. It was sort of a natural progression, really. Sort of just asked Alfie if he wanted to jam one day a couple of years ago, and from there I started covering a couple of their songs and stuff, and then from then on, sort of joined the band, and we've been writing songs live. Everything sort of balanced. There's a lot more freedom as well, especially with four parts. There's a lot more freedom for us to do our own thing. We can bounce off each other, more ideas. It's great.
Excellent. I was going to say, so from a live perspective, I've been fortunate to see you live a couple of times now as a 4-piece. And I think you're right. It does definitely fill out songs as well. But I think there's also I've always associated you guys as having a little bit of swagger, but now there's this confidence and there's even more swagger about the way you perform live, and then the audience really relates and reacts to that. So from a live perspective, your game has leveled up hugely.
Yeah, I think that just comes with I think the more you do it, the less you care, almost. and the more free you just become. And I think you can see that in all four of us, to be honest.
So when we spoke last, you've been together since 2018, and Out to Sea was the first song you released, and we talked about how you've played gigs for quite some time, and obviously people knew you, so they kind of knew the songs, but new people coming to see you were just sort of hearing the songs for the first time. Since then, you've released 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You've released 8 other singles. How do you feel the audience is now connecting with you through the songs? Do you feel it's better because people are actually know the songs that you're playing?
Yes, I do think that. And I've only really seen it pretty much, I'd say probably since Cam joined, actually. He must have he brought the good looks, I think. But no, it's definitely been more of like a call and response kind of thing, or I've noticed anyway, with people singing the songs, and it's always nice to hear your own song sung back at you. But I think that's just come from grafting, and like you say, I didn't even realise it had been 8 singles. But if it's 8 singles, I think inevitably someone's going to pick up on at some point down the line. And yeah, it's nice to actually see it kind of happening now, and just want to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Excellent. So tell us about the new EP then, I guess. Through the Noise.
I love the artwork, by the way, what you've put out there. It truly represents kind of a visual noise, but with just you guys in it. It's very clever. Love it.
Go on, James.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were stuck with the artwork for a while because I think we had that, like you just said, that idea for a long time, but it was just how to sort of portray it in the artwork. So we went through quite a few different sort of versions, but we ended up going with a photo from, I think it was a shoot last Christmas time.
Yeah.
I think it was last Christmas time, and yeah, it was shot literally in Salisbury. I can't remember the street. One of you boys might. But yeah, simple shot behind the door, and it was sort of that. The editing just gave it that sort of different dimension, and yeah, like you say, it sort of represents the title quite well, we thought. So yeah, we ended up at quite a good result.
Yeah, loved it. We should have had a picture and put that on, but we'll definitely share it on our socials.
Nice one.
So you've got 6 tracks on the new EP. One of them, Better Off at Home, you released earlier this year as a single. So talk to us about the songs and the music, and how you've changed as songwriters, and how the songs are different to what you've sort of released, let's say back in 2021 when you released Out to Sea.
I'd say because a lot of them have been in the live set for probably at the earliest probably about 2 years, I would say, but most of them for about a year. The whole record sounds more live, I think, and definitely more live than when we first started. And I think that just from them being in the live set, it led to a more live sounding record, and that was just the way we happened to record it. And we wanted to follow on from Better Off at Home as well, because we recorded that one in Sheffield around Christmas time or the New Year time, and that was a very live sounding record. So it kind of all stemmed from Better Off at Home, and then once we kind of got the other 5 tracks down, it kind of just all fit into place almost, and they all sound that like they fit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I'll also say as well, like you said, Alfie, with the sort of, we've played in the live sets, they feel live, but I think we also, I think it's a common thing that people always say, we sound best live. So I think the aim of us going for a live sound was one of the sort of forefront sort of mindsets going into recording, and it's something we had quite a lot of control over with the recording, which I'm sure we'll explain in the coming time. But yeah, so I think it was having a live feel was sort of a key part to it.
Also, with the way the songwriting's changed, I'd argue just it's a very simple fact to state, but getting older and growing up with the friends that we've got that come to our gigs, it's more relatable for them to relate back to the songs. Obviously, growing up, we have more experiences, so the songwriting becomes a bit more detailed. The lyrics become more relatable. The sound is a lot bigger, and I think that's what makes it a lot easier with especially this new EP coming out. It's got that sound and it's got that feel that you can relate to us. We're 21-year-old lads from Salisbury. I think a lot of lads in that bracket can definitely relate to us.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Cam, as well. Because like you say, even our first few singles, looking back, they're so different, especially lyrically as well. The lyrics now are sort of more experiences. I think, Alf, would you maybe say more experiences, than
definitely.
just lyrics?
Definitely, I'd say in this EP as well, a lot of it is just writing about what I see. And like Cam said, growing up, you have more experiences, so I have more to write about. And I think all of us, it's just maturing. I think it's just maturing, and I think that shows in the lyricism as well as the music. But it's just what I see. Going to the pub, going to the football, going to whatever. It's just it's just natural, I think.
Yeah, I love that you're going to be able to see your life journey, arguably, with your singles as they come out over the years. So in 20 years' time, you're going to listen back to this album or your EP that you're bringing out now, and you'll be like, yeah, I remember writing that, and I remember what I was doing, and it will take you back to places in your life, but also all your friend group as well. They'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that, and just your life journey will now go through your songwriting, and that's really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely like a snapshot of where we are now, I suppose. And I think you can only capture that when you're in the moment, if that makes sense. And that's why I think the recording process and releasing it and to writing it has been fairly quickly for us as well. It's been, what has it been, a few months, 3 or 4 months, getting it down and getting it out. And that's probably a conscious thing when we think about it, I think. Probably not directly, but I think it is.
Do you have, this is to all of you individually, I guess, do you have a favourite song on the EP?
God, who's going to go first there?
I can if you want.
Yeah, go on.
Go on, Dan.
Personally, I think Intentions to Undermine is the best track, or my favourite track anyway, on the EP. Pretty much because it's got quite a solid song, personally. I think the bass line is is really well kind of put together. It's also given me the chance to kind of experiment with something that I've never really done before, is like effects pedals. That fuzz features on this track, bass fuzz, and that also features on Everlasting Romance. But I think in this song, it's upbeat, it's kind of a bit more heavier, and I think it's a song that people will kind of really kind of enjoy listening to, and they will pick up on lyricism and also kind of the chorus. And I think once they hear it, they can join in live, and I think it will create a really good atmosphere. Personally,
cool.
I'll go next then. I personally think that Summer 21 for me. I think the name and its title as well, snapshots at a certain period in time, that was good for all of us, really. It was coming out of lockdown as young adults, coming into the world, and just listening to the song back, playing it live, it gives you that sort of that feel good sort of throwback feel, and you definitely feel it live with the riffs, the chords, and everyone singing along to the chorus. So I'm really excited to see how that one sounds in my car when it comes out.
Yeah, I think I'd be going between, like Dan and Cam have said, Intentions to Undermine, probably Summer 21. While I do love them all, and I think they all serve their purpose in the EP, which everyone will hear when it comes out. It feels like sort of a story from the first track to the last track. But I think I'd say my favourite is probably Summer 21 as well. It's just sort of that, it has the lyrics and the sort of vibe of the track, I think, for me, is the top set.
Yeah, I'd be toying with them too as well. I think I'm just going to go Intentions, only because I think as a whole, if you're taking into consideration the recording of it, like how it sounds, the lyricism and the actual song itself and how it feels live, I think as accumulation, is that the word?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, of all those things, it's it was experimenting with something different. I think it's a bit heavier than anything we've done before. And it's got a really anthemic chorus and anthemic outro with Cam's guitar solo. And I think it's just a fun one to play. Not to say the others aren't, but yeah, I think as a whole, I think we captured something with that song.
Amazing. So you are obviously releasing the EP on the
20th.
Yep. Thank you to Ellen. She's the font of all knowledge. And then you have a gig, and we can see there through the Noise EP launch, 21st of September at the Rude Giant Beer House. Support from the Max and Reed Hillwood. How much are you looking forward to that event?
Oh, buzzing. Oh, absolutely buzzing.
It'll be really good.
Oh, sorry, go on. I keep jumping in. I apologize.
I think for us as well, I mean, this launch gig has been something we've pretty much put on ourselves with the help of a few people, but it's pretty much been our own gig. We've chosen the supports, sort of the date, the venue, the sound, and I think that sort of adds to it. That is sort of, we can make it what we want to make it and make the best out of it. So I think that's definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah, following on from James, it's been nice to sort of pick the support, because as a grassroots band, you never sort of know what bill you're getting put on. Sometimes the genres can be clashing. Sometimes, you can get paired with a band that you don't necessarily think musically is similar. But it's been very nice to sort of pick some local talent and pick some bands that we've supported with before around the country. So it's been nice I'm looking forward to that sort of, you get your ticket and you know what you're going to get. You come and see Signature Vision, so we know that you're going to like the other bands as well. So it's, rather than coming grassroots to come see one band, you're going to come and you're going to enjoy them all.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Do you I mean, this is a loaded question, in fairness. Playing, a hometown gig, does it get any better than that? And I mean, I know you can play like Wembley Stadium, and I know that would be much better, obviously, but the vibe, is it good to be able to kind of go, yeah, this is a home gig for us, home turf?
Yeah.
How does that feel compared to, say, somewhere else?
Yeah, I think that's spot on, and I think it'll be even more satisfying, like James said, the fact that we have put it on ourselves. I think when we play like the last song or something, or I think it just make it that bit more satisfying, the fact that we've done it all ourselves, and the fact that it's hometown, the fact that we've got supports we like, and the fact that we've got people on board. And it's quite a thing. I'm quite proud that we've got, and grateful that we've got people that are actually on board with it, and people are buying tickets, and it's a nice feeling.
It's also something I'd like to add on. Every time we sort of do come back to a hometown gig, it feels like we've grown that little bit more. So we'll go play gigs in Southampton or maybe London, and we'll come back and we would have learned something. So every time we feel like we're performing back to Salisbury, we've learned something else. We've sort of got something more to give. So the hometown gigs do feel special, because everyone's like, oh, it's finally one I can come to. And yeah, as Alfie did say, it's a very special gig, and it's one we always look forward to.
Amazing.
Yeah, well, we're going to get our tickets. We were just saying before we went live on the recording that we haven't yet purchased them, but we are, because they are cheaper if you buy in advance. So we will put the link out for everyone to get a little couple of quid off.
Thank you.
Yeah, can't wait. So we're going to be promoting. We're going to be there. Have you got merch? Have you got T-shirts?
Get on this.
Or just we got new stock
today. I've just had them arrive today.
This is an exclusive.
Woohoo! Oh, that's amazing. Bucket hat.
On them.
Oh.
Will you be selling them? Will you be selling them at the event?
Yeah.
Yes.
We've got them. We've got some T-shirts left, and we have actually got some coasters as well. We've got some Signature Vision coasters, if anyone would like a coaster.
Everyone needs coasters, don't they? Love it.
Yeah.
I got some coasters from another band, but I can't use them because you ruin coasters when you use them. So I'm going to have a drawer of precious coasters. Yeah.
Coaster drawer.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, brilliant. Well, we can't wait to see you there. So once this gig's done and the EP is launched and you've kind of thrown it out there to everybody, what's next? What's the next plan?
Just to grow bigger and bigger, I think, really. Obviously, I mean, the promotion doesn't stop once it's out. We, like you say, going to try and push it as much as we can and get it to as many ears as possible. But yeah, for us, since the start, really, it's always been reaching more people, trying to get out there, play new places, play to new people. So that's always the main goal. Anything comes around that is extra.
I think it's. Oh, sorry, Cam. Go on.
So it's just getting that body of work out. So normally when we're playing to a crowd somewhere different to Salisbury, it's kind of hard to show them, give them something to listen to. So now we've got that sort of body of work that sort of we can give to someone and go, this is what we're about. Because all the singles are slightly different. Now we've got this sort of body of work that from start to finish gives you a nice array of what we are. We can now go and perform live. We can go play in different places, reach different audience, and they can go and they can relate back to that EP that we've worked so hard on.
Yeah. And we'll be sticking it on a CD at some point. So hopefully at the gigs we'll be able to flog them, and then whoever's buying it can go home and actually kind of, like Cam said, see what you're about in 5 or 6 songs, and hopefully that's enough to win them over.
Yeah. I love a tangible CD. I'm a bit of a stickler. I remember back in the day when we used to buy the cassette tapes, and then you'd take the inside out, and in you'd have the whole story of a band inside. So I think things like that, you can add more content to a CD than just say download it off of Apple or something like that.
100%. I think that was one of the conversations we had when we were working out the artwork, because I mean, in my head anyway, I thought the artwork isn't just that little square on a phone screen or whatever. It is, if you're going to put it on CDs, it is something that you're going to hold, and that definitely came into consideration.
That would make a really good T-shirt as well. I'm just saying. I do like the band T-shirts, but that would really pop without a doubt.
Yeah. Cool.
So basically, what you're saying is, what's next is rule the world as far as music is concerned. Get out there and absolutely smash it everywhere. Which
that's it. Make Salisbury a place for live music again. We're fortunate to have a band like Carsick sort of paving the way, and we're sort of going to follow them and try and pave our own way for other bands 100%. In Salisbury.
It's wonderful that you say that, actually.
Salisbury,
Salisbury, yeah. It's wonderful you say that, because we seem to have hit this real sort of bubbling point at the moment. You've got Carsick, you've got yourselves, you've got Corellian, you've got Charm Type. Suddenly we've just got these bands coming from nowhere that have got incredible sounds, and you're all different in the sort of musical styles, but you're all making a charge. And like you rightly said, you're knocking down barriers for the rest to follow, and that is wonderful. It's wonderful to see little old Salisbury really generating some buzz, and I can see you guys just absolutely getting out there and doing it. So it does make. Oh, go on.
Sorry, that's it. I don't know if we're going to be able to. I don't know if Carsick have coined the Salisbury term, or we might be able to use it as well to sort of grow the town. I'll slip on the back of a T-shirt or something.
I think every band that comes out of Salisbury should throw that into at least one of their songs.
Yeah.
I'd also like to see some more venues in Salisbury. If this kind of wave of bands, if you will, if we can do something or create enough interest to have another maybe like music purposeful venue open up, because I think you've only really got Winnie Gate and Brown Street, and you've obviously got the Art Centre, which is a bit bigger, and the City Hall, but they're a bit bigger. If you can get some more proper grassroots venues, I think it would only help. I can't see it really being a bad thing.
100% agree. The difficulty with Salisbury at the moment, as you rightly said, is those two places are your original music venues, and then everywhere else, essentially, I mean, the pubs are doing a roaring trade with covers acts, and that's brilliant because everybody needs an outlet, and everybody needs to go and watch and support any type of music that's out there. But from the perspective of original music, sometimes it's very difficult to go into a pub and do that because it's not really the crowd you want. You want something that is purpose built for grassroots. So 100% agree with that.
I think,
and yeah, fingers crossed that'll happen. You know?
Oh, sorry. Oh, there we go, breaking up. So I was going to say, yeah, like you were saying, like with the certain crowds as well, I think it's something we've always said is playing to people that aren't there to listen to new bands is always so hard. Because like I say, some people just want to go and enjoy music they know. So for definitely up and coming bands, it's always a struggle to sort of win the new fans over, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because the hardest part about it is getting new ears and getting new people to get into the sort of music and into the band. So yeah.
Especially with this podcast as well that you guys are doing, the radio station, it's only going to help Salisbury grassroots. So it's good that it's all sort of coinciding at the same time as well. Sort of all trying to push this music, grassroots music and Salisbury together, and hopefully we can sort of make that wave.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It really is. It's a brilliant platform, and I think half of the struggle for bands is just word of mouth, and the amount the more you can talk about it and the more ears you can get it upon, the better. And this is why stuff like this is absolutely brilliant for young bands.
Yeah, it's also good practice for you guys as well, having interviews now, so that when you are big and famous, you're not daunted by the likes of Joe Wiley and Sarah Cox, because I'm helping you understand.
She mentioned
it's
Joe
true.
Wiley.
It's true.
But I'm going to leave you then with one final sort of one final question, I think. So we've just had a couple of weeks ago the big news that Oasis have reformed. Okay, now back when we spoke to you in 2021, you know, you guys were like, some of our influences are Weller, Jam, Oasis, indie, Britpop, all of that.
Dan still hates them.
I was about to say, if they got on the phone now and said, would you come and do one of our shows, which one of you would say no?
I think it's the man with the finger next to bed.
I think
you might want to say no, but we might not let you say no. I think it's the it's the underlying thing.
If we were there, we might have a new basis.
An audience is an audience.
Oh yes, a diplomat's answer. Very, very good, guys. We wish you all the very best with the EP. We've been fortunate that you guys have sent it through to us. We've had a listen to it, and it's absolutely brilliant, start to finish.
Thank you.
Personally, I like Superstars. I'd rock that. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. But all the tracks are fantastic. So congratulations on that. We look forward to hearing it live on the 21st
of September. It's literally written at the bottom.
It's literally written at the bottom of the screen. but it is out on all the usual streaming services on the 20th. So we implore everyone to get listening to that. And we can't wait to catch up with you again very, very soon. So guys, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. Cheers,
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for having us.